"Greetings, citizens." That familiar phrase opened countless radio shows across Philadelphia for more than 4 decades, and today it echoes with deep sadness. Pierre Robert, the legendary voice of 93.3 WMMR, has passed away at the age of 70. He was found at his home on Wednesday, and authorities say no foul play is suspected. His death marks the end of an incredible era in Philadelphia radio, a voice that was more than just a sound on the airwaves. It was a friend, a companion, and a constant source of good vibes. Born William Pierre Robert in California, Pierre's love for rock and roll began early. He started his career at San Francisco's KSAN station before moving east to Philadelphia, where in 1981 he joined WMMR. From that day on, the city had found its rock ambassador. For more than 44 years, Pierre hosted his beloved midday show, filling homes, cars, and workplaces with music, laughter, and stories. He wasn't just a DJ. He was a storyteller, a historian of rock, and a friend to every listener. Each day, he shared features like Pierre's Vinyl Cut and his popular On This Day music history lessons. Through it all, his passion for music and people never faded. He opened every show with warmth, saying, "Greetings, citizens," and through that greeting he united generations of rock fans. Pierre wasn't just about music. He was about community. He supported local charities, from the AIDS Walk to Manna's Pie in the Sky fundraiser. Friends and colleagues described him as someone who truly cared about people, on and off the air. Brent Portia, one of WMMR's DJs, said, "For the amount of love Pierre showed listeners all these years, that's exactly who he was. Peace, love, you can't forget the rock and the roll." Even rock legends felt his loss deeply. John Bon Jovi posted a heartfelt tribute, writing, "Today we lost a great friend. Someone who truly loved music, all kinds of it. He cared about musicians, not just the famous ones, but tomorrow's rising stars." Dave Uosikinen of the Hooters said Pierre was like family. He said, "He championed us so much. I feel like we couldn't have done it without him." Pierre's impact was officially recognized in 2019 when he was added to the Philadelphia Music Alliance Walk of Fame. But his true legacy lives in the millions of memories he left behind, the songs, the stories, and that unmistakable voice that filled the city with life. And perhaps the most touching moment comes from Pierre himself, in his final post on Instagram just days before his passing. He shared a peaceful photo of himself sitting in Philadelphia's Rittenhouse Square, holding a cup of coffee and a book. He wrote, "Sunday afternoon in Philly in my beloved Rittenhouse Square, with a great book, a cup of La Colombe, watching the world lazily drift by, pretty close to perfection." Those were his final words shared with the world, simple, calm, and full of gratitude. A moment of peace from a man who spent his life spreading joy and music. Pierre Robert wasn't just the voice of WMMR. He was the heartbeat of Philadelphia rock, a man who gave his heart to his city and in return became immortal in its soundtrack. Rest in peace, Pierre. And as you would say, peace, love, and don't forget the rock and the roll.